Hey folks, it's Jim. I've seen a lot of videos where I'm watching people ride, and some of it concerned me just a little bit. And a lot of people are having uncomfortable rides. They're changing saddles all the time, and there's a lot more to biking. And maybe you've forgotten that, or maybe you never learned. Cycling is a constant learning experience because we're going to learn more and more about our ability or lack of ability so that we can make changes to our own stroke and cadence to make us the most efficient, effective cyclists we can be, which is better for our overall body. One of the biggest problems I'm seeing out there is people pedaling with their pedal in the middle of their foot. Okay, this is very inefficient, for one thing, and two, it's just not going to lead to comfort over a long period of time. Now, let me go open with a disclaimer. This is not advice or medical advice of any kind or cycling advice of any kind. This is just my experience that I'm sharing with you. It's your responsibility to seek out professional advice that is right for you, both with your medical community and professional cyclers that can teach you these proper tools and techniques, okay? But this is one of the things I see is people with their foot, the pedal in the middle of their foot. Rather, we want the pedal, we want the ball of our foot over the shaft of our pedal, more or less. So the front 1/3 of your foot to 40% of your foot should be on the pedal and over the pedal, okay? So think about that first. Next thing is heel high, not low. If your heel's low, very inefficient, and you're straining your Achilles tendon, there's a lot of other things going on there. And again, this isn't advice or medical advice of any kind. You and you alone are responsible for your health and well-being. Seek out the professional advice that is right for you. Heel high, next thing, and that's going to come in handy when I get into our stroke, okay? So heel high all the way through our stroke, okay? Except for maybe at the top. We might flatten out as we come over, but as soon as we go over, heel high, okay? So that's just something for you to think about. Now, when we're up here, okay, from this point to about this point on our top stroke is the dead zone, isn't it? Okay, so what we want to do is on our bottom stroke, we want to help through. And when we get to about here, we're done pushing, right? So now we want to do what's dog poop and pull through the pedal through the bottom to about right here. We're going to pull using a dog poop scraping motion. Remember how you scrape dog poop? Think about that when you think about doing this exercise. Now we're going to use our hamstring and pull through ever so slightly, just enough to help us over the top on our cadence over here on our stroke, okay, over the top. So we're in a proper position again to apply maximum efficiency on our stroke, okay? So we're going to pull through with a dog poop scraping motion 33% back up to about here. Then we're going to be in our dead zone again, okay, for this leg, all right, which is going to last about up to here, all right? So it's about 33 to 40%, depending on how good you are and so on and so forth at your dog poop stroke coming back through, because your dog poop stroke's actually going to start about right there, okay? And then we're going to carry that to about right here on our dog poop stroke. Then some people say carry it 100%. So you want 100% stroke all the way around. But what I find is it's truly about 66 to 70% stroke. Okay, so I'm doing quite a bit of stroke down here, almost 50% stroke pushing, right, about 45%. Then I'm adding another 30%, 25 to 30% to 33% on dog poop scrape stroke backwards, which is now using the hamstring. So we're using quadriceps, hamstring, quadriceps, hamstring, stroke, stroke, okay? Quad, ham, heel high, front 1/3 of the foot, right? Stroke, stroke, okay? That's your stroke, and then your cadence is the RPM at which your body can sustain for a long period of time. And you're all gonna have to figure all this stuff out for yourself. Okay, this isn't advice. I'm just suggesting that you go all look at it. One thing I've seen, okay, when we put our foot on the pedal wrong first, we're already adding stress to our backside in the saddle. By having your seat set too low or too high, the angle of your leg at the bottom of your stroke, if it's bent too much, you're too low in the saddle. If it's completely straight, you're too high in the saddle. We want to find that sweet zone where the knee is slightly bent when we're at the complete bottom of our stroke. Down here, heel high, stroking through. Your knee should be just bent, okay? And look all this up for yourself. Now, what is this doing? It's also, because I'm using my legs so efficiently, I'm not keeping 100% of my weight in the saddle, am I? I'm dispersing that weight on the body, the legs, like when I walk, and thereby I'm reducing stress in my backside on my saddle, aren't I, by using a proper cadence. So that's going to add to comfort as well. It's going to add to your endurance. It's going to add to your enjoyment of cycling overall. Now, go out and watch Sick Biker, S-I-C-K-B-I-K-E-R. Okay? These 4 exercises will improve your pedaling efficiency. It's Sick Biker, okay? Really that simple. And great video. He uses dog poop, which is what I learned too. Scraping dog poop off my shoe to get that next cadence or that next carryover to carry my other leg over to its most efficient stroke zone. Okay? So instead of bouncing by pushing all the time and keeping all that weight on your butt, now we're going to start dispersing weight. We're going to be using proper physics, and we're going to find much more comfort and enjoyment in our cycling experience once we learn to carry through and help this leg over so that we're not so jostled in the saddle, right? And so that's how I find so much comfort in cycling, okay? So these are just some tips. What is it going to help? Proper stroke and cadence leads to comfort in the saddle, helps, okay? It will develop your legs more evenly, so you're getting much better exercise overall, right? And extend your range and enjoyment radically. In other words, you may be able to increase, just by using some simple tips, your stroke efficiency and expression by over 30% right away. And that's going to really extend the range of your battery, isn't it? The more you can put in without stressing yourself out, just by using proper techniques, you're going to extend the range of your battery, aren't you? Like I can. I can extend this battery. I could probably go 80 to 100 miles if I wanted to on the Electric XP. Of course, I'm not going to do that. I want to keep my battery at around 40% and then charge it back up to 75. But I want to take care of my machine. But it does allow me to get several rides in, and I'll get into why that's important, because I don't have to charge every time I ride, do I? I can get 1, 2, 3 rides before I even need 4 rides, technically, before I even need to charge the bike. And then charge it back up to 75%, leave it sit overnight, charge it an hour before I ride in the morning, let it sit for 30 minutes, have a coffee and a water, hydrate, and then go for my ride after I've let the bike, after it's fully charged again. And then for the next training evolutions, 1, 2, 3, and 4, I don't have to charge the bike because the battery's in the sweet zone to rest. Okay, so it's going to add a lot of things to you. You're going to have a much more enjoyable experience with your electric bike. You're going to get in better shape, and as a result, hopefully be a healthier person and all of that. You're going to be more comfortable on the bike, and biking will become a bigger part of your life, which is my hope for you, that you find the true enjoyment and what good cycling can do for us long term. People that I see that are avid cyclists just look so healthy and young as they age. So, you know, this is, again, not advice of any kind. These are just suggestions. There's a lot of things that I'm seeing. I'm seeing low heels, people with their foot in the middle, okay, instead of remembering how to proper pedal. Again, watch Sick Biker. He does a great job on that video. He uses the dog poop analogy. Most of you had to scrape dog poop off of your shoe, so you know what he's talking about when he's talking about pulling through. That's how I learned it, okay? We want to pull through because we want our stroke to begin over here, so we need disbursement of efficiency all over, so we're not bouncing around in the saddle and our butts are staying secure. That's going to add to comfort as well, okay? So all of these things are just tips I wanted to share with you. Again, you got to do what you want to do. Seek out professional advice over this. If you don't know a lot about this, watch videos. Go see at your local cycle shop with an avid biker. Maybe they have a pro shop. They can sit you on your bike, put your saddle at the right height for your legs. All of these things are very important to know, and together it all equals a much more efficient and comfortable riding experience, as well as it's going to extend the life of your battery because you're going to be charging it a lot less. And if the battery cycles is between at 800 cycles, and the person that rides inefficiently charges it every time they ride, and you and I are only charging it every 3 or 4 times, our battery's going to last a lot longer, isn't it? If we only get 800 charge cycles out of a battery, and that's if we use it properly, but we charge it every time we ride, we're burning out those charge cycles, aren't we? If we're only charging it every 3rd or 4th ride, guess what, folks? Our battery's going to last a lot longer, and we're going to get many, 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 many more rides out of our bicycle, aren't we? And that's just something to think about. So, think about foot placement, stroke, scrape dog poop, get another 33% efficiency out of your stroke while working a different muscle group. That allows you to spread your exercise over more muscle groups, so you're not burning out one set of muscles. That also keeps you more stable in the saddle, which then leads to comfort in your backside as well for most of us. Now, again, this isn't advice. You need to seek out the professional advice that is right for you. These are all just suggestions from things that I'm seeing with people getting back into biking and not remembering, hey, there's more to it than just getting on the bike and pedaling. I can make my experience a whole lot better and about 30 to 40% more efficient with my stroke and cadence, simply by remembering all of these simple techniques. Go out and watch Sick Biker. 4 exercises will improve your pedaling efficiency. Hope you're all having a great day. I've already ridden this morning. I'm about ready to do my second ride for the day. Today I'm doing 2-a-days for a short period just because I need to train for something. But yeah, I hope you got out and enjoyed your bike today. It's absolutely gorgeous here today, so I'm going to be doing an evening ride as well. And I hope you're getting out there and enjoying it too. So, yeah, enjoy the ride, folks. The more we learn, the more we apply efficient stroke and cadence, the better we're going to feel all the way around with our bicycle experience. These are electric bikes, but we can also make them last our batteries and stuff and our range. And imagine if you get stuck and you run out of battery because you're an inefficient pedaler, when you could add 30% more battery simply by learning to pedal more. And you're going to be just as relaxed and all of that by adding more efficiency to your stroke. I'm not stressed out. I'm not burned out. I'm not burning out one set of muscles. I'm dispersing it over a wider area. My legs are in much better shape overall, and my ride is much more enjoyable. Jim out.